Murder always fascinates the people, especially in the film industry, and today we are talking about a film where murder is pretty prominent. Welcome to Nerd Universum. My name is Finn, and we are talking about Murder Mystery 1. And just to quickly summarize it to you, it's about New York police officer Nick Spitz and his wife Audrey, who are invited on boat by the billionaire Charles Cavendish, and just went into a series of murder and tried to solve them because they are mistaken as the murderers. And I like the film because the chemistry between Jennifer Aniston and Adam Sandler is pretty good. It's like you get to know that they have been friends for many years now, and they play their job really good. And I always also like Luke Evans and the other actors in their roles, which they play really good. And the script is a little bit weak written. You could do it better at some things here, so I award this film 7.5 of 10 stars. And just now I summarize the whole film for the ones who don't want to watch them. So if you want to watch them, you may turn the podcast off. Like I said, it begins with the NYPD officer Nick Spitz and his wife Audrey, who is pretty unhappy with their own relationship and want to go to a vacation in Europe with them, which he's promised for 15 years for his wedding. And on the plane, Audrey gets to know the billionaire Charles Cavendish, who invites her and Nick to a party on their family boat to celebrate the wedding of his older uncle Malcolm and his ex-finance Susie Nakamura. And at first they don't want to do it, but then they accept the offer and go on the boat. And on the boat, Nick and Audrey get to meet Susie and Toby, which is the son of Malcolm and the cousin of Charles, and the actress Grace Bernard, who has a bigger role in this whole thing, and Colonel Ulenga, which is a former life bodyguard of Malcolm, and his bodyguard. He needs to be protected because he lost an arm when he protected Malcolm. Sergei, he's a Russian former Spetsnaz, and Maharaja Vikram, which is personally my favorite character. He's like he tries to play everything cool, and it's not like one of these king personality guys. And then we get to meet Juan Carlos, who drives in races for the Quince car company, or Quince, and is a pretty good fan of the family and the leader of Quince's racing team. And he gets to meet Malcolm, and Malcolm announces that his new wife, or finance Susie, is going to be the only one which receives some of his money when he's dead, because he thinks the other ones are just suckers and pretend to be his friends. But before he could sign his New Testament, he gets murdered with a knife, which is told to be given to the family by Marco Polo, and was given to the members of the family ever since. A little bit after that, Toby also dies, and it looks like it is suicide. And when he arrived in Monte Carlo for the Grand Prix, the guests are questioned by Inspector Delacroix from Interpol, and he suspects Nick and Audrey are the murderers. And at the Grand Prix of Monaco, Nick and Audrey question the guests, and at the evening they are called to a room by Sergei, the bodyguard of Colonel Olenga, and he says that Malcolm married the finance of the colonel after he lies injured after he protected Malcolm, and when he was in coma, he married his wife, and they got a child, and her and the child are said to be dead after the child's birth, but it would turn out otherwise, of course. And just before Sergei can tell him who the murderer is, he is being shot through the door, and Nick and Audrey don't see the murderer and flee and watch the colonel while he was cleaning his teeth, which is like a running gag in this whole thing. And the Maharaja and Grace, when they had sex, they hid under the bed, so they don't see them. So the Maharaja, the colonel, and Grace seem to not be the murderers. And from the news, they find out that Inspector Delacroix wanted to arrest them, and Audrey is angry because in this news, Delacroix also says that Nick pretends to be a detective, which he isn't, and she leaves Nick for a while and travels with Cavendish to the Corner Sea, which is in Switzerland, I think, and Nick follows Susie to the Corner Sea because she is acting sus, and he follows her in a library where he meets Audrey. She says that Cavendish is in the building too, so they find out that Cavendish and Susie are in love and plan the murderers together, and Nick and Audrey have to flee from a gunner who hit himself, and they confront Susie after they met Carlos, and but Susie is murdered by a masked person with a blow dart, and Nick and Carlos try to chase the murderer, but don't get him because Nick stumbles, and then Nick and Audrey go to the Quincy's villa to catch Cavendish and find out that he is murdered too. He was poisoned with his whiskey. I think it was whiskey. Nick and Audrey call Delacroix and the remaining guests in in the villa, and then they manage to find out that Grace is the murderer, she tries to convinced Toby to murder his dad before she murdered him, and she says that Malcolm is her father and she is like the daughter of the colonel's former finance, and she's like the only heir of Malcolm. She tries to flee but is stopped by Nick, and while they celebrate that Grace is like catched, their mother just says that she has an alibi for Sergei's murder, and they see that there has to be another one, which is Carlos. He accuses Malcolm of the murder on his father of an accident with his father where he lost both of his legs. And after a chase, Nick and Aubrey get to meet Carlos, and he first drives into a statue which portrays a Gwyn's, and is then caught by the tour bus, and he is run over by the tour bus, and they catch him. Delacroix thanks Nick and Aubrey and wants to help Nick to get to be a detective, and the film ends with Nick and Aubrey continuing their vacation in the famous Orient Express. I hope you like this first English translation of my German episodes. I noticed I had many American listeners, and I wanted to provide them some English episodes too, and I hope you like it. You can write me if you want more of these. I will maybe definitely continue to do them, and you can follow me on Instagram or Facebook, and watch my Letterboxd reviews, and send me a speak message with the link in my podcast description. Yeah, I hope you like this little surprise, and have a nice day. Bye.